The camera pans over the bustling studio audience of The View, where the co-hosts are seated around their iconic table, chatting animatedly about the day's hot topics. Whoopi Goldberg, with her signature dreadlocks and sharp wit, moderates the panel, introducing the special guest, Mark Wahlberg, who's promoting his latest action-packed film. The audience erupts in applause as Mark strides onto the set, flashing his charming smile and shaking hands with the ladies. He settles into his seat next to Whoopi, exchanging pleasantries about his family life in Boston and his rigorous fitness routine. The conversation flows smoothly at first, touching on Hollywood's evolution and the challenges of balancing stardom with parenthood. Mark shares anecdotes from his early days as Marky Mark, eliciting laughs from the crowd, while Whoopi nods approvingly, praising his transformation into a respected actor and producer. But as the segment progresses, the discussion veers into current events, specifically the ongoing debates about patriotism and celebrity involvement in politics. Whoopi brings up recent protests and the role of public figures in advocating for social justice, emphasizing the importance of using one's platform to speak out against inequality. Mark listens attentively, but his expression shifts slightly, hinting at underlying disagreement. He interjects politely, stating his belief in hard work and personal responsibility as the keys to success in America, drawing from his own rags-to-riches story. The audience murmurs in response, some clapping while others shift uncomfortably. Whoopi counters with examples of systemic barriers that hinder equal opportunities, sparking the first flicker of tension. Mark defends his viewpoint, mentioning his support for law enforcement and military veterans, which Whoopi acknowledges but challenges by pointing out instances of police brutality. The back and forth intensifies subtly, implying that excuses aren't helpful. Whoopi, maintaining her composure, presses him on whether he recognizes privilege in his success, leading to a momentary pause where the studio air thickens with anticipation. The segment, meant to be lighthearted, now teeters on the edge of confrontation, setting the stage for what would become an unforgettable exchange. As commercials loom, the producers signal to wrap up, but the dialogue lingers, leaving viewers hooked for the returning from the break. The energy in the studio has palpably shifted, with the audience sensing the brewing storm between Mark Wahlberg and Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi dives back in, asking Mark about his views on Hollywood's liberal bias and how it affects conservative voices like his own. Mark leans forward, his Boston accent thickening as he expresses frustration with what he calls the industry's one-sided narrative, claiming it alienates half the country. He cites examples of films that glorify certain ideologies while ignoring traditional values, and mentions his own faith-based projects as a counterbalance. Whoopi, ever the debater, retorts that art should challenge the status quo and reflect diverse experiences, including those of marginalized communities. The exchange heats up when Mark brings up cancel culture, accusing it of stifling free speech, and references instances where actors faced backlash for their opinions. Whoopi defends the right to critique harmful views, drawing parallels to historical movements for civil rights. The other hosts jump in. Joy quips about the hypocrisy of celebrities complaining about scrutiny, while Sunny references legal precedents on free expression. Mark, feeling ganged up on, raises his voice slightly, asserting that he's not against progress, but believes in unity over division. Whoopi challenges him on specific political endorsements he's made, questioning if they align with inclusivity.